I think sustainability for me means mainly to sort of give the earth back what the earth gives us. You take care of your planet because there's only one.
Yeah, sustainability for me is definitely what Leonie said, but also just kind of being able to live without doing much harm to the environment, because that's what we've done. And I definitely think that it comes with initiative. It's our responsibility to actually kind of give back to the earth.
Leonie and Kivitka are 11th grade students at the Copenhagen International School, which is the largest and most sustainable educational building in Denmark. This private school fosters educating champions of an eco-friendly world and building an international community at the same time.
We have students from 84 different nationalities, so we believe that we can send out ambassadors to the entire world who will carry with them this notion that we need to live more sustainably.
From a young age, students are encouraged to seek ways to face the global warming effects in an innovative atmosphere. Even in their spare time, they think about sustainability issues.
We have meetings every Tuesday with our Global Issues Network Club, and it's a student-led initiative where we meet with our club and we basically discuss different global issues, and every half a year we pick out a global issue we would like to address in our school community and in our local community, and then we engage in a few projects here and there where we kind of use those projects to spread awareness about those global issues.
Situated now on the waterfront in North Haven from March of this year, the school has been widely recognized owing to its eco-friendly elements. From a revolutionary LED-based artificial lighting to natural materials on the floor, the solar panel system all around the facade is the most visible one.
So as you can see, we have a total of 12,000 solar panels covering the facade of the school. They're angled individually for aesthetic reasons. It gives a kind of sequin effect which we think is very nice to look at. They produce about half of the school's electricity, which is the equivalent of 70 one-family homes, so it's a lot. We just felt that with this particular location that we were offered, that we had something to offer as a school, as an organization, to help Copenhagen meet its very ambitious goal of becoming CO2 neutral. And overall, it just dovetails really well with the values that we want to promote among our students.
What the school promotes goes in sync with what Copenhagen wants to reach by 2025, becoming the world's first carbon neutral capital. This project has been orchestrated by the City Council since 2012, when Durand Abildgaard implemented the climate plan. Despite having the support of all the parties, he highlights how important citizens are to make it possible.
Citizens in general, they are supporting this. I normally say that citizens in Copenhagen, environmental issues is part of their DNA.
He feels quite optimistic about what they have achieved so far, but also thinks reaching this target would be easier if the negotiations with the Danish parliament were less rigid.
We are now down 33–35% of CO2 and are well on the way, but we also rely a lot on national regulation, and depending on that will also influence on what the result will be in Copenhagen.
Besides the school, eco-friendly architecture has made a place for itself in the Danish capital. Due to the efforts of the municipality to reduce CO2 emissions from clean energy production, different initiatives have already been developed. In general, Denmark has been on the forefront against climate change following the directives from the European Commission, as well as has exceeded the Kyoto Protocol expectations. The European Environment Agency is an EU company that works on implementing different green policies. As the head of Climate Change Group, François Dijon affirms that European regions are facing more and more extreme weather. Eco-friendly projects, therefore, are more important than ever.
I think now we have enough scientific evidence of the impacts of climate change in our lives. So we know that, for example, all the cities or the human activities that are near the coast can be severely affected, and we have a lot of coasts in Europe, so those are in danger if the sea level rises too much.
He admits Copenhagen is doing remarkably well, but when it comes to Europe,
we have 28 capitals in Europe, so we need 28 capitals leading on climate change. So One is good, but it's not enough.
Considering all these steps, Copenhageners could inspire the rest of Europe on how to minimize their environmental impact. Or at least, this is what State of Green perceives. This agency pursues a clear purpose: to teach and explain the national sustainability efforts to other countries.
The ambitions of Copenhagen are very important for Denmark as well. So we think that it's a great example of what the municipalities in Denmark are doing. We support them a lot, and we help them get visitors from all around the world, because this is an example for the world, really.
The bike strategy is one of the most well-known projects of the new climate plan. This move onto green mobility will heighten the livability in Copenhagen, as it will give the residents less polluted air, better health, and more efficient infrastructures.
What we've seen in the last, let's say, 10 years is that there's been a strong commitment from the city authorities to push the cars out of the central city. It's been by closing lanes in the roads, so you'll have one lane instead of two lanes. And that is a way to push people out on their bikes instead.
Since the plan was implemented, more bikes and cars have crossed the city center. This never-ending flow of cyclists has become a reality due to several urban plans adapted to bikes. The bicycle snake shows well how Copenhagen is putting efforts on encouraging the citizens to drop the car in favor of biking. This crisscrossing bridge connects the city with the harbor on an aesthetic right above the basin. Despite cold and rain, hundreds of cyclists cross this bridge on wheels every single day. But why bikes over cars and public transport?
Copenhagen is a wonderful place to bike, and the reason is really that everything is optimized for bikes. On the contrary, it's not optimized for cars, so if you try to go anywhere in a car, you're going to lose a lot of time. So it's actually the best alternative.
I've never had a car like in my family or something like that, so I like to think of the environment and not polluting the world.
All in all, the future of a greener Copenhagen is in new generations' hands. As long as schools foster the youth to move towards sustainability, they'll be more likely to keep up with the work already done.
I think it's quite fascinating how so many people are interested in the school and how many people are interested in the sustainable features and how we try to create a carbon neutral Copenhagen.
That also puts a bit of pressure on us.
Yeah.
Seeing as we go to such a state-of-the-art facility, as they say, we have to, do our job of actually contributing to that whole sustainability image that our schools try to, keep up.